All right, Pisces, we are back. I have shuffled out some energy oracle cards for you guys. We're going to do a shuffle, and we're focusing on October. You got the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the Queen of Swords. It may be an offer, okay, or an offering of some sort. But let's see what we got here. We're going to start with this, and thank all of you guys for tuning in. Definitely appreciate it. If you're interested in products and services, you can go to astronauthoochie.etsy.com to take a look, or click the post tab here on YouTube in the shorts and the post. I always keep you guys up to date, and we engage. We laugh a little bit, talk about Pisces and everybody outside of Pisces, because sometimes that's funny, right? You got the Strength card, the Abundance card, Empowerment, and Healing. Okay, I like how that's working. I do. Healing 29, which is an 11. Empowerment 26, which is an 8. Abundance 8. The traditional strength card 8 or 11. And I don't think that's a coincidence. And then 38 is 11. So 8s and 11s may be of significance. And I love that. If you see any of those numbers, it may be a message that you are on the right track, or sometimes it's to take into consideration like what you're thinking about at the time, where you are at the time. I love that, because sometimes your guides and spirit, source, God, whoever, will send you messages and give you the insight that you've been asking for in the moment that it's on your mind, and sometimes at a later time. For me, I've noticed that I see codes and numbers or synchronicities, and coincidentally, I'm thinking about something. Okay? So I like that. That's how spirit works with me. It doesn't have to work that way with you. It could come through your dreams, it could come through your tarot readings, just like now. So the Strength card here says the frequency of, get that glare, see if I can get that glare out the way. The frequency of strength supports our ability to harmonize all of our qualities and skills toward a strong and balanced way of being. I love that. When I think of harmony, I think of the Two of Cups. Okay, so it may be about harmony and balance. It may be about internally just your thoughts, the things that are on your mind, right brain, left brain, decision making. It could also talk about love, but for some of you, it talks about abundance for show. This is what's crossing that strength. I feel that it's empowering you to hold your focus, right? Anytime you're encouraged to hold your focus and heal, I feel that there may be turbulence outside of you, don't have nothing to do with you. Sometimes those generational curses or family members, friends, relationships, children, jobs, anything, your client's child, some things may be outside of your manifestation or what you're aligning with. And it takes strength to have patience. It takes strength to have grace. It takes strength to persevere. It takes strength not to react. You know what I mean? And it takes strength to have courage, to be brave. You know what I'm saying? And if abundance is on the line, then I am here with spirit to aid with this empowerment and also encourage the healing for any of us that are struggling with it. Because sometimes people got you jacked up. And if those people still get you to, those people are situations, let's say that, because it could be finances, love, it could be a subject or a topic that sometimes gets us, triggers us a bit. So healing that means at some point you could be more graceful, less reactive, or even totally detached. And I don't feel, because I am a licensed professional in some areas, okay? So I'm not saying this as just for my 2 cents, but as a professional, I feel that detachment with harmony and balance is not problematic. Everything does not have to be worked out, because everything cannot be worked out. Some things we are to let go of and detach from. And for my water signs, especially my Pisces and Scorpio, that's literally the interpretation of the Eight of Cups, honey. So any of you that have eights, okay, like in this reading, or may have Pisces and Scorpios in certain areas, Scorpios, like it's more than one of them, Pisces and Scorpio in areas of your chart, don't feel bad about that. Don't second guess that, because sometimes working it out could be on our life path, and sometimes completely detaching and letting it go could be as well. So we'll see what's coming up. But here we have the number 8. We have abundance, and I think this is material gain. I say that because there's a lot of red. There is a lot of orange, and that gives me the lower chakras, which in balance and harmony are beautiful because we are on the third dimension. I feel that it's connected to the things that you say and your truth, because I'm looking at the blue, okay, and this isn't like third eye blue, even though it's a tad bit. It's predominantly like throat chakra blue, right? We have the heart green, we have the willpower and the flower, okay, but I feel that this abundance could be in the physical plane. I feel that this abundance could come from your own willpower, your perseverance. I feel that the cords and connections are favorable. Okay, this little tether here coming from the outer skirts or whatever these little thunderbolts are could be unexpected, or God just doing the, the cost. I wasn't stuttering. But even if I was, people stutter. So if you're watching this and you stuttering, I wasn't correcting myself because something is wrong with it. I just wanted y'all to know my that that was supposed to be the electric waves of the cosmos, honey, working that wheel in your favor. So let me stop being goofy. I love the orbs, and I see that there are 6. When I think of the 6, I feel like it's connected to the star. Okay, because you got the 5-point star, and then I think like I have a little 6-point star chain, and because I'm a Jew, right, and it's not just tied to Judaism or whatever. I'm also a mystic, but this candle has like the 7-point star. There's the 5-point star, so all the stars are different. This star has even more than that. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, stars. All right. So, or 12 points, I'll say that. This one has 6 too. So that could be, hey, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just the observer. But abundance, before I get too excited, the energy of abundance activates our ability to manifest the wealth we need, okay? And the sense of fulfillment that comes from a heart and soul that are overflowing with love and gratitude. And see, if we are reactive, and being controlled by things that are not in alignment with our manifestation, I don't know if love and gratitude is going to be in there, because it's going to be some other things like no they didn't and who they think they is, and it's going to be some other things that I like that fiery side that's going to show somebody and blah blah blah, right? But Spirit saying you don't have to do that. That could work for you because everything starts with intentions, and I feel that emotions are very strong, and that's why magicians and those people who manipulate energy, they are very successful at times if they have the capacity to get that intention and that energy magnified, right? So don't get me wrong, that's a way. If that's your way, that's cool. However, some of you guys may want a more harmonious path, and Spirit is like, to do that, I'm gonna give you some game, and it's your choice whether or not you take it, because it's one thing to be successful and have wealth, and it may be another thing to just be prosperous and abundant. So we have that there. I like how it said the wealth we need, right? Because things are changing. I'm okay with that. I'm not Gen X, Gen Z. I'm a millennial, so we kind of like are pretty flexible, and I think that's a gift and a curse, where I'm not gonna say bread was $1 when I was little, and gas used to be 50 cents, and complain, because right now it's $6, $7 for gas, and $4 for bread. I just pray. I mean, your higher power, your ancestors, whatever you into, your higher self. I just say, if that's what it costs, Spirit, let's get it. That's me. Others, I appreciate those warriors that fight for justice and harmony for the citizens of this country, that say absolutely not, because we have economics majors. We have some of you that just have a gift to articulate how we feel, and you go to your local councils or your government bodies and say, well, if XYZ is element of P, then ABC, TMZ, right? I appreciate you guys. And I'm not taking away from that. It's just where I am now in my life. And we all here, we all got a job. So don't stop doing your job. Just saying, that's me. I used to hold the picket sign up and say no justice, no peace. Y'all know that because I majored in federal law, which is the Constitution and civil litigation, and civil rights, right? But it's a fight that I think that's inevitable, and it's not going to stop in my lifetime. It didn't start in my lifetime. So what do I want to do with my time? I did a lot of those things, and I may be a bit older than some of you, and it's just that at this point, I just want a little bit more beauty, a little bit more grace, and a little bit more peace. Because you never know when it's your last day, child. And I'll be damned if I go out kicking and screaming, and then my last day come, and I'll be like, fuck, right? So anyway, empowerment, the number 26. Also another 8. That's crazy because 38 could be 3 8s, and then you have 8, and then you have 6 2, which could be 66 or 3 8s. I'm not going to hold you. And I like that you have a 6 and you have a 9, and the 6 and the 9 is like the yin and the yang and peace. So look how empowerment and healing give that yin and yang effect, because empowerment is strong, but you don't see a lot of red, right? And then healing is very soft and subtle and has a lot of that green heart chakra energy. So while you have this blue, like I said, which could be connected to third eye, but I'm getting throat chakra. Some of you guys, it's the speaking. It's something you're saying. It's truth. It's expression. I love that. Okay. With a little bit of that red inside. So it's like the abundance is the little bit of red inside, and the empowerment are the messengers, are your guides, is your self-expression, is what you're saying. But it says the frequency, of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with the others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. I have fallen in love with that fact because I watch tarot here on YouTube, and I'm giddy. I am very, I don't want to say immature, but it is a childlike admiration and wonder I feel, because a lot of those just don't have it. I ain't gonna hold you. But I get so excited and supportive to hear and see the same cards coming out for October with Pisces. I'm not gonna hold you. If you hadn't noticed, let me be the first to say it. There's a lot of 2 wands. There's a lot of Empress cards. There's a lot of communication. There's a lot of standing your ground, and I don't think so, buddy. There's a lot of opportunists coming in. There's a lot of, we in the season of people about to leave, baby, out of your life, figuratively or literally, and you stay focused. There is a lot of that across the board, and I'm just like, oh, okay, this is my collective. I got those cards yesterday for Pisces, and it's kind of cute, okay? The next card we have is healing, okay? The number 29, 99, 999, all of those, back in the day. The shadow energy of that for me is contracts, the generational issues, the curses and stuff like that. Even though 9s are very powerful, and just like 5s, when it comes to more ancient energy, the spirit or the spirits that have higher authority, I think, present themselves with 5s and 9s, and sometimes it could be challenging. Sometimes it represents change, endings. Who else has the authority to do that, to change something or end something? God, right? So it's like, to me, the hierarchy or whatnot. The dark side to that is, I don't know why, but I've just seen 99 and 999 and 49s also associated with bondage. And those of you that have strong reincarnated karmic contract, like toxic shit going on with twin flames and family members, not going to hold you. And it's probably no coincidence that those numbers, which 2s are very healing and 9s represent ending, are here together. So the frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. See, spirit is a sweet cake. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I know that there are some cultures that present God as a very masculine, authoritative figure. I've said all the time on my channel, I don't think I know a different God. I think I know like the unknown, like the spirit that everybody keep making up names for. The Unus Mundus, the one that is wrapped up in everything in all of us, scientifically, psychologically, metaphysically. I believe it is that. I could be wrong. I'm not gonna stand here and beat my chest like the religious folks. But I will say it is a very sweet, subtle, understanding, cool. It is like the cool parent, but at the same time, it's not a pushover. It is the more dominant one that could shut your lights out or turn them on, right? So when I see this card, um, restoring your health, and it said by consciously using the information, I have made the observation and heard the message, and I spread it as much as I can, that I feel personally, and you can take this as an opinion and to be subjective, that authenticity and choice and free will is something that may be very important in the other dimensions or with God. So our vibration, right? There's a certain frequency that you'll be at in certain phases of your spiritual development, and it does acknowledge your connection with your higher self, your guides, or God itself. Because I want to be politically correct when I say this. So sometimes at a lower frequency, we don't have the access or the connection with the help that we need all the time. Nor do we have the perspective when it comes to our decision making. So never fear, right? I'm not talking down or pointing fingers. I'm saying that's why I advise meditation. And as I evolve, it's like not only is meditation important, but also breath work. And it sounds like some extra, hippie spiritual stuff that you could choose to do if you're into all of that holistic crap. But I'm also practical and I'm a nerd. So when it comes to science and biology, quantum metaphysics, we're talking about the neurological system, the human brain, and facts, right? So it's kind of like all tied together. And if you say, well, where's she going with this? We should go with that shit. Consciously using the information that comes to us, right, is your intuition and our senses. So it's like using your magic to heal certain aspects of yourself, and not just psychologically, but also physically. Call me arrogant, right? I'm a Pisces, but I speak with God, and I'm like, I understand biology and genes and genetics, but I said, Spirit, if something plagued my family and I'm connected to you, right? I'm doing the work and we have a strong connection. Wouldn't you heal me from those things or help me to heal myself? Like, I don't see no way that I couldn't or you couldn't. So I do focus on practicality, which is eating healthy, go see medical professionals, get the checkups that are recommended or whatnot. But at the same time, I don't just want to use my mystical, magical abilities or my metaphysical and quantum intelligence for peace and war, love and money. I also want to make sure that I ain't falling out the wagon like my auntie and my grandma and my grandpa and them did for the things that plague their auntie and grandma and grandpa, right? So that could be important for some of us, just to keep that in mind. And we're going to shuffle out some tarot cards and get into none other than Libra season, honey. Six of Wands, I knew it. Look at that Justice card. There's some sort of awareness, a recognition, and appreciation. I don't know if it's the integrity or just the universe itself doing some sort of balancing act for what was done wrong. It's going to be righted. What was deprived of is going to be replaced in abundance. Those that were slept on and overlooked might get the attention, appreciation, and or conscious awareness that they deserve. So I definitely appreciate that because I've told Spirit, I was like, the people that need you the most, it seems like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, they have to be consciously aware or have a certain frequency or. And I'm like, that is just, oh my God, I don't even think they know that. So the frequency, as we look at this Nine of Swords, could talk about friction and anxiety and sleepless nights, right? Now, those that have wronged you, or played games with you, or slept on you, or, right? I feel that those people are being forced to deal with themselves. And I could see them having worries and anxiety and sleepless nights over the repeat thoughts. You okay? Because it's a higher power that can access the heart and the minds of others. You can't. Now, as Pisces, and some of you guys have Aquarius moon or Mercury, Aquarius and Pisces in other areas of your chart. And all of my cross watchers with your beautiful natal charts, my point is, we have the gift of gab and we have a way with words. But this here, Justice, I think it supersedes anything that we could say that gets stuck in somebody's mind and repeats and drives them crazy. I think this is like 10 times that. For sure, sure. Now, we have increase, independence, and liberation. Now, this is somebody who slept on you that are probably going to be upset this October because you're coming up, Pisces. You have the strength here, which means that you're working with and walking with the higher power. This higher power ain't coming in doing the vengeance dance, right? It may not be flipping over cars or slowing people down, but it is definitely going to act in your favor and speak for you. The justice card is kind of like the lawyer, right? Or the judge in the spiritual realm. And it's like, I'm going to represent or defend Pisces, or I come to make this judgment, even though it's not the judgment card. So I feel that something goes into your favor as we talk about the nines. Thank you, Spirit, for getting me back onto that before I forget. You have the Nine of Swords. You also have the Nine of Pentacles. We talked about 11s, 6s, and 9s in this reading. So I feel that with the Six of Empowerment, it's like what you pay attention to, right? It's where your rewards will come from. And I feel that anything that gives you anxiety or, you have sleepless nights over, those are the things that we're going to heal. Now, depending on which you choose of these scenarios, you have the Nine of Pentacles saying that you will stand independently with increase. I love that. This Nine of Pentacles to me is connected to my Queen of Pentacles, who loves to make a statement, whether that's in what she wears, the show that she puts on, okay? And look how she just gracefully got her little hand over the top pentacle, like, yeah. Okay, with this Six of Pentacles that also has a connection to this Libra scale, and this Three of Pentacles where it's like a collaboration, sure. If they catch my coattail, but she's the giver. So this is having enough to give or being the person that somebody wants to lean on. Nothing is wrong with needing help, though, or being the person to ask, because sometimes that's your challenge. And it's a part of your soul development. I don't see it right here, but I just wanted to make that disclaimer because we all go through that. And I think that it's toxic and also limiting when you have some sort of inner, and this light almost fell. I had to try to catch it. Okay. When you have this inner stubbornness to be like, I don't need nobody, I ain't asking for nobody, or you're struggling with guilt and shame and all that shit. That's like Lord energy shits, and we ain't there right now. But if we have anybody in the audience that may be, take that into consideration. I'm just going to leave that there because I like this. And then we have the King of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, with the Five of Wands. So it's people that's going to be fighting over it. And that's okay. But Temperance is here. What is Temperance here for? To heal that heart. Now, there could be a loss of some sort. Oh, and this is deep. This is family members. This is friends. This is twin flames. This is a final judgment being made, and some losses or some enlightenment, right? Because love and light can come in different forms, where Temperance has to step in. Oh, and I like the Sun card right there, where there's some awareness. And I know that awareness with the Three of Swords isn't taken well by everybody. And I feel that this has to do with someone else, probably a fire sign, Pisces. I don't feel like this is specifically your energy. And here you go. When I say your energy, there is water. But it could be Cancer, where Cancer falls in your chart, a moon phase, or if you're dealing with a Cancer, I just feel that there's some awareness, recognition, or answer that may be coming. after some sort of loss or heartbreak. So that usually leads to apologies, but it took some time for me to come around and make this apology. Children could be involved with the Sun card, marriages, unions, or it just represents, like I said, that enlightenment or whatnot. So let's see what we have here. For strength. Oh, what did I tell you? We got the Empress, we have the Hierophant, and we have the Knight of Rods. So for some of you guys, I feel that there's a different approach that's happening in your love life or your dating life. I also feel that your creative projects, we're moving away from what is traditional and maybe getting into something that is more fulfilling, adventurous, and unorthodox. For some of us, I feel that it's also about the present moment. The abundance that comes from the Empress with the creativity could also represent authority figures and female figures. And for some of you, it could have to do with moving away from that energy to go like sort out things for yourself. So these two are very, how can I say, authoritative energies. She's very nurturing while he's more controlling, but anyone in their presence, you don't really have to do for yourself. Because like the Empress is nurturing like a mother figure, and she takes responsibility or nurtures and provides for in a very feminine way things that are in her environment, whether it's her creative projects or her creations or children or whatever the case may be, or partner, right? The Hierophant as well is kind of like the leader of the organization and is usually taking the most responsibility, is usually providing for those within its capacity, like all of the workers of the church or nonprofit organizations. This person has it covered. But see, you have the Knight of Rods that comes in, and the Knight of Rods is very adventurous. The Knight of Rods isn't really into that shit, and it might want to shake something up. So being that these cards are coming through on the Strength card, I feel that it is an acknowledgement that the strength and grace, as well as the, what do I want to say? As well as the stubbornness and ego, it's just like a mixture of things. The feminine energy in the Strength card is very graceful and patient. I feel like the Hierophant energy is a little bit more stubborn. And then with the Knight of Rods, I feel like it's just an adventurous thing that's going to end up teaching everybody something new. Now, it could be something favorable and exciting, and for others of us, it could be like this dark night of the soul. So just be mindful of that, where some of you, if there is a mother figure involved or an authoritative figure that's a female, this dark night of the soul says that this could be some karmic justice on your behalf with someone that you could have had trouble with in the past. Because here again is Temperance at the bottom of the deck shaking this stuff up. Temperance does point to some alchemical shifts, maybe some shifts in the timeline, or just a divine being of some sort stepping in, creating this harmony and balance. And this balance takes great skill, because how do you balance yourself with no bottom? I'm on land, yeah, but I got most of myself planted, you know, in this river. So it's like, how am I balancing it? Probably with those wings, probably. So it is going to take a higher dimension, a higher power, or a higher aspect of yourself to transmute something. For some of you, this could have to do with a past life and the South Node, where we're transmuting some things that may have been unfavorable in the body, outside of the body, in relationships, or with different aspects of our lives. And so I think that that's kind of cool. While I'm being nosy, it's a family situation for some of you, or your abundance and health is what we're talking about. Maybe even moving in together. There's a family situation, making some sort of arrangements that they're not telling you about. Real optimistic about it too, and it's gonna blow up in their face. Somebody could be making plans or have made some arrangements and tried to count you out. This could be figuratively or literally in life. Being very deceptive, and with that Seven of Swords, you may not have seen it coming. A very shifty, mysterious type person, and I feel that it's going to turn out not the best for them, and you're going to have to let that happen. With the Lovers and the Page of Rods, it was definitely a bad decision for them and could lead to despair. All right, poor health. I also want to say accidents is giving me the more physical aspect of the Nine of Wands. It's going to take them on a roller coaster ride. Okay, let's get over to abundance. I have the Queen of Cups, which gives me sometimes subconscious energy. Other times it does represent femininity, psychic abilities, or person, this type of archetype. Especially if I have someone in the audience that's healing from love and relationships. The Queen of Cups does signify like the person who may need to heal, to not be revengeful, and not necessarily need an apology or want one. I think we are turning toward more optimism. Now, if we're optimistic in that energy, sometimes we can have on rose-colored glasses. Now, sometimes rose-colored glasses are favorable and helpful when we are manifesting, and other times it may not be, but let's see. Yeah, you had these before, and I shuffled these cards right here in this reading. Here's the 2 2s. We have 22 with the King of Swords in the center. 22 is about action, and when I think of action and the King of Swords, he's the general or she's the general. It does talk about supreme intelligence, focus, and nothing is taking me off of my game. It also talks about planning, okay? So I feel that there could have been a soulmate connection. And when I say soulmate connection, I'm saying you guys have a relationship that may have started in the beginning of time of your life. Not this life, but your energy in general. You can reincarnate 7 times, and I think you may have met this person on the first life type deal, but you guys may not be in a relationship or even aware of each other at this moment. Somebody's experiencing some turbulence financially, which leads them to this opportunist type energy. And since you love them so much and have this strong, deep connection with them, they feel that you could be vulnerable to whatever it is that they're planning. So you're coming into abundance spiritually, and I feel that that is what's going to spew off into your physical life. And there is somebody behind your back or from your past, okay, or that may even manifest in the near future, that wants to come in a very opportunist type fashion because of some turbulence they may be experiencing, and say they want to change. And I don't know about that, but let's get see. I don't know about that. So I'm just I do it. So there's an offer, possibly. Okay, look at that. Another offer. Ooh, now they go together. Now the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, man, I don't know, they go together. There's some sort of celebration or offer, possibly even some sort of invite, something that you've been waiting on when it comes to your love life. And I think that that's cool. With empowerment, the Judgment card came up. Oh, okay. I ain't gonna hold you. So we got this 5 of Pentacles and we got the Queen of Rods. All right. Now, when I think about the Death card here, and it says the frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. I did give a spiel about tarot and what I feel about spirit. And Pisces, you could be coming into your tribe. Spirit is doing some things. When I think about this little tool here with the rose, we are coming into harvest season. And I feel like this is just, what do you call it? Encouragement. It is empowerment, but it's more so like spirit is just saying that, I don't want to say you're safe because I don't know who you are. This is a general reading. But for some, I feel like there's a level of protection in this transitional energy. And there's a group or collectives of individual that spirit is like under the wing, and it's a group of others that may not. Traditionally, this is Scorpio. It talks about endings and transformations, possibly even literally death. Now, what's crazy is when I said justice is working in your favor, this is like the death offer. And when I looked into what that even meant, and it's crazy that that's coming up in the reading where we're talking about 9s and 99s, and here they go. It's kind of like the universe or time or the wheel of fortune working in your favor, where people question it, like the angel of death. Like, don't get freaked out, but hear me out, because it's a movie about it. And I learned from the movie because looking into it in the spiritual realm just felt like going down a rabbit hole, because everybody had these very specific, what do I call it? What do you call it? Subjective opinions, right? But it's kind of like where it seems like an angel is working in your favor to do something, even if it doesn't seem like it should be done. In the movie particularly, this man, his wife, something happened to her. And then he went on a vengeance, right, to avenge his wife. but it was being done like nothing stopped him, nothing got in his way, he never got caught, it all worked smoothly. Every time he crept up on somebody, he took them out. So people would wonder, is like God working with him, or is like this stuff falling in line for him like that? Because usually people don't have that good of luck to go, like I'm like Catalina, like she was a little girl and said, I'm gonna get y'all when I grow up. And then coincidentally, like she was trained properly. Everybody she pulled up on was sleeping when she pulled up. And she, you know what I'm saying? It don't always work well like that, because if you're a millennial, then you know they sent somebody after Gucci Mane and he didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? So every time you try to do a plot on somebody or avenge something, it does not always go in your favor. Rest in peace to that guy. Anyways, we have the Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Rods. The Queen of Rods, I feel, is a very protective energy. I feel that this could be something that says, stop playing with my baby, or else, right? Okay, Spirit, say yeah. Because I was like, what are you trying to say? And it's like, you ain't saying it the way, right? I'm being very politically correct and I'm trying to be sweet. So that, I also feel that this strength energy, pulling back to that, is like helping a health improvement. This health improvement is coming in a way that may allow you to be more attractive, more vibracious. You know what I mean? So like if well, I'm gonna get them, but let's work on you, where a person, it's encouraging a change in the vibration and a change in the mindset, a change in the self-esteem that does something probably to your hormones and your chemicals, that changes your frequency and allows you to be more attractive, to get more money, to get better relationships, because it's like a low vibration or poor health and sadness or wanting revenge could change your frequency to where it's messing up other stuff that you got going on that ain't supposed to be messed up. She's also somebody that I wouldn't want to fucking play with, especially if she's in her lower energy. The lower energy of the Queen of Rods is like the crazy witch at the end of the street that got, she ain't talking. Like she bought that, you know? So watch it. I don't know. We got Virgo, we got Eight of Swords, self-limitation, and I feel like we have others that have high aspirations, hopes, wishes, and dreams. However, subconsciously, there could be something blocking it. So the Queen of Wands is coming in to say, do something fun, change your look, go to some new place, do something adventurous. And then I'm also going to usher in something or someone to kind of like help make that easier for you, right? So that's kind of dope. Some of your businesses may be improving. We have the Two of Pentacles again with the Queen of Cups. Spirit, say stop putting that card back. So we have beauty. Okay, so somebody is definitely going to change the way they see things in those glasses. We also have this person possibly want to heal a situation because they were an opportunist. Now you see the King of Swords was behind her, right? And I did say the King of Swords got a plan. He ain't got no emotions. He ain't got no feelings. He focused on some shit he focused on. And wants this person to have a change of heart, even after she done already turned her back, because the ship didn't come in, brother. The ship didn't come in. Them three birds represent those three swords. I done turned around, got into this Queen of Pentacles energy, because she got on this big statement brooch, right? This big ass coat and feathers and shit and a nice hat. So I'm trying to turn things around and gain some momentum for myself. And we already saw who was coming back, right? But she turned her back on him. She might love him, but she turned her back on it because she's following Spirit. And Spirit said, I got you. There's probably a relationship with an age difference too. I feel like if this is Sagittarius and Cancer, I don't know how I feel about this Knight of Wands and her kind of looking at each other and somebody just in the middle. Pisces, you could end up in the middle of something too. So just keep that in mind. I don't know if you want to do that because she just looked innocent. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what the fuck these two got going on, but some Pisces or Spirit, somebody comes up and is in the middle of something, and I just don't feel like it has shit to do with your October energy. It may be an isolated incident or a specific message for one of you or some of you where you're in the middle of something. Okay. I don't know what that means, right? We have the Three of Pentacles at the bottom. Let's take some oracle cards out, okay? Now let's get to messages from Spirit for October, all right? See what we're going to start with. I'll just give them a shuffle and pull from the top if Spirit wants me to, because I think I just kicked one card back on accident. Two cards back, so let's go. We have Rebirth. Saw that coming with the flower. Thank you, Spirit. We have Strength. Spirit play a lot. I like it though. And we have Locked Away. Okay, so the only one, oh, this came out for you the other day, Pisces, and y'all saw me shuffling these cards. Like a caged bird. Is somebody getting locked up? I did see the Eight of Swords, but I thought that meant like, what is the Eight of Swords? Self-limitation. Somebody might be actually getting locked up. I don't know, and it could be a Leo that want a second chance. So be mindful of that type shit. Let's see what we got here. Where is... I always say let me get the guide, but because my intuitive messages are sometimes different from what they wrote, and I like to do both. I'm not getting anything really from Locked Away, and that's crazy. This is the second time that it's happened where the first two cards come out, make perfect sense, and possibly because Spirit is in agreement with those two. We got that. But this Locked Away, maybe, Pisces, you don't want to see it. All right? I don't know. Maybe it's something that we don't see, or maybe it's something we don't want to see, because that's just something very consistent that's not usually a habit of mine. To have any issues with the outcome or the advice. That's like the one thing that I do know, right? So it's like that could be of significance. The last time it was caution, because caution represented like somebody putting some bad mojo or energy on you some time ago. Could have been the beginning of life, the beginning of time, this lifetime, but it was more like that, you know, generational energy, or that reincarnated past life type situation. Now, I do past life regression work, just a shameless plug that out there. And I've just redid the Etsy store, working on the website. But if you're interested in more information, you can follow my spiritual lobotomy channel. So just go to the homepage and look at all of the other sister channels that I have, or message me if you want to talk about it. I am certified through the beautiful Dolores Cannon for the quantum healing and hypnosis therapy. So we'll talk about that another time. Let me get into what this Locked Away is, because it's like, why does that keep happening? We get to the last card and it's the number 12 in this guidebook. And we had the number 12 just a second ago. We had them 12 stars over there. Okay. So let's see. Locked Away. There is an integral part of who you are that you're keeping hidden. You're locking it away and believe that keeping it this way is the best. Okay. Got it. I didn't understand why it was the ribs. But okay. You know what I'm saying? Locked Away sounds very understandable, but why she chose this picture is what I wanted to understand. Maybe we'll get down to the bottom of it, but it says, including yourself, you think keeping this part of you hidden is best for everybody around you and yourself. Unfortunately, you can feel the weight and tiredness of keeping this crucial facet of yourself hidden. Now, when you hide part of who you are, the puzzle is incomplete. You need to see the worth and wealth contained in each chapter of you and who you are. The practice of self-love or self-compassion, of acceptance and being at peace with oneself is needed. For as long as this part of you remains locked away, there will always be an empty space in your identity, not only for yourself, for others. Do not deny the world of your true self. And see, the throat chakra and that blue that we were talking about, that's also like expression. Remember I said self-expression? So that's included. Okay. You're meant to be seen as a complete person, an intact soul, not one which is censored to make others comfortable. I'm going to leave it right there. Thank you all for watching. Until next time.